Welcome to another episode of the Pencil Pushers Project. We are back today with episode 48. I am one half of the Pencil Pushers. My name is Jay, and I'm joined by my co-host, Zay.
Hello world.
What's going on with you, bro?
I'm good, man. Just been getting ready for this trip to Africa. It's been a really busy week between homework, getting ready for that. Had to buy new clothes because it's like 1,000 degrees over there.
How long are you gonna when you fly over there? I'm sure you're gonna have the jet lag and all that stuff. You gonna take a day and just kind of charge? You gonna just get to it?
I'm getting straight to it.
When do you what time do you I guess over in that time zone? What time are you supposed to be getting there?
I don't remember, but they're 6 hours ahead of us, and I get there the next day. So I think I get there at 8 o'clock their time or something, because I have a layover in Paris. So it's gonna be a while.
This is your first time flying international?
No.
Okay. So
it's my first time going to Africa though.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you kind of know you kind of know the deal of international flight and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I find that it's actually kind of it ain't really, well, I guess now it's kind of different, but typically like flying out of the country, it ain't really that bad. It's usually getting back that's kind of crazy. But like when I went to China, that's how it was. We flew from Detroit. Well, we flew here to Detroit, and then from Detroit to Beijing, and then from Beijing to the city where my brother's at. So, it was pretty straightforward until that Beijing flight, the little plane they had us on.
Mm-hmm.
What AC? What seatbelt? Black E? No, I was kidding. But yeah, man. So I know you're excited, and you're gonna be there gone for a month.
Yeah, the first through the 25th, and apparently Air France is full of assholes. I've been warned. Like apparently French people are. They're pretty rude. I could be wrong. I mean, that's what I was told. And the person who told me used to live in Paris, so I would imagine they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
They said take every bad airport stereotype and place it on the airline, and that's literally Air France.
You know what's funny? Like, people told me that, like, people were worried about, not worried, but they were asking me when I told them I was going to China, they were like, are you concerned about racism? I was like, bro, I grew up in the South.
Yeah, it doesn't get much worse than that.
Like, what you mean? Like,
honestly, China's racism is nowhere near that.
I'm bathed in it. What you mean? Like, and when I went out there, I mean, I'm gonna keep it a bean. We got a lot of stares. I mean, and to be frank with you, it's not like America where there's a bunch of diverse people.
Mm-hmm.
I was staring when I saw a black person. Oh shit, we out here. Exactly,
you're here too.
Yeah, we out here because we was there for like a week and a half, and I saw maybe like 3 black people. So it's I didn't take much offense to it. Honestly, most of the people that we came across were
pretty nice,
fairly nice. There were some kids who they speak some English, so they asked to take pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're not comfortable with that type of thing, like because we did get like the people who were like some people were taking pictures. This lady took a picture in her shop, and I walked up on her. I was like, whatever. Like, not like to tell her not to, but I was like, fine. I just, whatever. I get in the picture. But yeah, man. So I think everyone has different experiences with traveling. So I'm not as sensitive to certain things like that. Not that it's not valid, but when people say, "Oh, are you concerned about people being racist?" I'm like, nah. I've been experiencing that.
It's like how they try to compare the racism in America to like how they say we used to treat slaves here and all that. Like when they try to compare slavery here to like slavery in Africa, and I'm like, no, it's way worse here. Like y'all don't you can't compare the two.
Yeah, it's quite different.
Quite different. And it's like it was way worse here. Even as far as racism and judging other people, like that's why it's like people be like, oh, you think it's bad here? Go to Africa. And I'm like, might be better.
Exactly. Let me find out for myself.
It doesn't get much worse than the South.
Yeah, exactly. Let me find out for myself. So, we still do plan to have episodes, even with the, I guess the time distance. We'll have to sort out the logistics of that.
Yeah.
Just don't be high. but
I'm gonna be extremely high. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, that's fine. All right, so be it. But
I'll be is it culpable?
Sure, that's
coherent
enough. All right, man. So that's cool. You'll be able to give us some of the lay of the land and your personal experience with it. So, looking forward to hearing what you what you do with out there, or what you did with out there. So,
I'm looking forward to it. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling, man. I'm I think I told you last week. I started laser therapy for my hip, which is like what they do is called like cold therapy, and it's actually not painful at all. Mm-hmm. But they take it's like a little machine, and in my particular case, like around my hip flexor area, they just kind of like do the laser or whatever. So it takes like maybe I would say like 15 to 20 minute treatments. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea behind it is supposed to kind of help like accelerate my healing. So I know you don't watch Snowfall, but
I want to watch it.
It's like I'm like Franklin right now. I'm walking around like with a stick, limping around like I've been shot by Mel. But it's actually right now like it's not like a lot of pain. It's just sometimes when I get out of the bed, it takes me like a little bit to kind of get going, like because my leg kind of feels weaker a little bit. And it's still somewhat uncomfortable, but it's a lot better than it was feeling. Like when I was in Vegas, it was like sometimes I was able to get around like without a lot of pain. Sometimes it was pretty
bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. And then like even when I got back here recently, before I started the therapy, there was like the pain would kind of radiate like down to like my leg, almost like past down to like my shin. Mm-hmm. And it was like a dull pain, but it was just uncomfortable. It would like wake me up out of my sleep. And, it's weird, man. Like I said, man, it's the stuff that you, like when you're injured, you just find out how much stuff that your body is responsible for. Mm-hmm. Like getting out the bed, getting out the car, sitting up. And like a lot of times, like when I'm working and I'm trying to demonstrate stuff to clients, there's certain things I have to tell them, I can't really do it, but I could talk you through it. So, that was like my main concern is like just being able to work, but yeah, that's been going pretty well. So, but yeah, man, I'm here, and let's go ahead and you've been listening to music, you said?
Yeah, I listened to something. Shit.
Listen to something. While you're looking that up, it did occur to me that I did listen to Casey Veggies.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I did see
Customized Greatly 5, and I don't have a deep dive to be honest. I listened to it in the gym, but I saw him promoting it. I also saw Mike and Keys, who produced one of the songs on there that I followed. They were promoting it. It's not bad. To be honest, I've kind of moved away from being a huge fan of Casey. Like his recent projects just don't really do the same as like the original. I would say like up to like Customized Greatly, like Volume 3. Mm-hmm. What he was putting out at that time, I was like a really, really huge fan of, and Life Changes is probably like my favorite project of his. But it's cool. It's a cool listen. I just it for what it is, it's a cool listen. What else did I hear? I heard JID was a single. What's the name of the single? Let me look it up.
Oh, Ski.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty straight. It's pretty.
You dropped a video for it.
Yeah. I haven't watched the video, but I did. I listened to it on Spotify.
I started the new Jim Jones album. I didn't finish it. Fraud Department. Yeah, he don't miss.
It's with Harry Fraud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody else got a project coming. Benny and Harry Fraud got something coming.
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah. I agree. But no, I've been hearing. I think Harry Fraud. I mean, him and Currency put out another project as well.
Yeah, they did.
Collection Agency, I think.
Currency been dropping. How many, man? Currency gotta have the most albums of all time.
He's a model of consistency. I think. Like I said, I think I said this before, but he's kind of put himself in a. He's like a self-sustaining entity. Like, doesn't matter if he's charting, No, not really. He puts out consistent music. He has a pretty consistent fan base. When you listen to Currency, you kind of know what you want, and as long as you get it, you're pretty satisfied. He's like one of the few people that I think that your fans are not really asking for you to do too much out of what you already kind of got going. So I haven't heard it, but I already know it's good because I'm just that much of a fan of his.
There was a new Pop Smoke record that came out. Apparently, he was in a movie. He's in a movie called Boogie.
Yeah,
and he had a song on there. Well, I think he had the title track.
Yeah, I believe I saw the trailer. It was about Asian basketball player.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in the movie. I didn't know what any of this was about. I just found out about it.
Yeah, speaking of Asian basketball player, I want to
the Jeremy Lin thing.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. I wanted to get your thoughts on that because I read about it this morning, but we'll get to that later. Let's see. So we kind of talked about who we think is going to be dropping this year. We think Kendrick's going to be dropping this year. We hope.
I don't care at this point.
I
don't care at this point.
Where we at with Drake? When do you think he's?
Definitely before summer. I'll say Drake's dropping in May.
May? Okay.
I think he's gonna wait till May, either late May, early June.
I could see that. Did we talk about Rihanna becoming like a billionaire, or not becoming a billionaire? But
her company's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean we did last week. Yeah.
All right. So you think she's like fuck music now, or?
Nah, I think she's gonna do one more project.
I think now people are like, well.
But I think people have accepted it too.
Yeah, like it went from like you better drop something to, well, hey, I see if you be so kind as to bless us with something, we'd appreciate it.
Your Highness.
Yeah, I think she has. I mean, I think she's at a point now to where I don't think anyone's really pressing her to do music right now, but I think she'll be like, yo, I got something.
I think she's at a point she's just gonna be doing features for her friends. Like if somebody's like, yeah, can you fuck with me on this song? Like Party Next Door. She probably owed Party Next Door like 10 favors.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know about that only because, not that you're wrong per se, but if you start hearing Rihanna on like just features out of nowhere and not like her stuff, after a while it's gonna be like, okay, like maybe the first 2 or 3 songs that she's featured on, okay, she's letting people know she's back, she's in the cut.
Yeah.
But after so many features, like, okay, all right now.
Enough.
all right, like give us something. So, yeah, I think Travis Scott.
Yeah, Utopia.
I read that he's experimenting with the new sound. What do you think?
Fuck, I'm happy. Man, he took that Astro World shit and dragged it to the ground.
You burnt out on it?
Man, what? I thought Highest in the Room was definitely recorded during Astro World. He just decided to leave it off. And then, I don't know, I got tired of it. But it's funny, even though Travis Scott, his solo shit sounded the same, but the stuff he was featured on, like some of the stuff he was featured on, he actually sounded different. What I noticed with Travis Scott is that I think he gets experimental with certain people. Like if you listen to all the songs with him in Future, he tends to get more loose with it. But like I think he be giving certain people just generic Astroworld sounds. And I'm all for it. I need him to experiment because I think people got too comfortable with that shit, especially after Highest in the Room dropped.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think he has the talent to experiment, and I'm hoping to, hear something different. Do you think you as an individual, you're happy for it? How do you think, by and large, that would be received?
I think they'll follow him no matter what. That's just kind of, I feel like no matter what he does, people are gonna like rally around it.
You bought a French fry shirt?
No, I should have. Yeah. They're worth a lot of money. You know what's crazy? All that is McDonald's. Remember when all that McDonald's merch was just sitting there? Like it was like nobody was even buying it. And now it's on StockX selling for like $600. I'm like, Me and Julian were staring at that shit, like just looking at it.
That's the area I guess I just don't understand.
I didn't expect it to do that kind of number. I thought people were just gonna be like gonna laugh at the collab. Boy, we wrong.
I mean, we laughed at it too, but
Yeah.
he also was right. So,
But yeah, I don't know, man. I need a new sound from Travis Scott. Honestly, I think he got complacent, and it sounds like he doesn't have yes men around him because they would have let him stay complacent too.
yeah. Let's see who else. With the recent situation with Kanye and Kim, we didn't really touch on it too deep, but you think he's gonna go back to secular Kanye?
Mm.
I think he's still gonna be. I think he's still gonna be in the Christian space, but not like hardcore. More like a just more like life based stuff. I'm sure he'll drop Kim's name or make reference to stuff in their relationship.
Got to.
Without being like calling her a bitch or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna call his ex-wife and child's mother a bitch, but I think it'll just be maybe more in the space of life with, you know, some choir, some gospel here and there. Maybe be like a upgraded. We talked about Tiny Desk recently. I'm not gonna lie, that Kirk Franklin Tiny Desk.
I didn't watch it. You smoked it?
Man, I will say as far as like a performer, not a performer, but like a orchestrator, Kirk Franklin, he's up there, man. He's and I'm not even like a big gospel person like that, but yeah, he'll do it. He'll do it. But going back to Kanye real quick, I think now that, you know, he's not now, but I would say 2022.
You think he dropping?
Yeah, I think he has something coming. I think he has something. I mean, obviously he has something to.
He got a lot to say now.
A lot to say. I mean, he could talk about his recent run for president, his recent divorce. You know, just different things he can pull from now. And I know, well, I mean, we hope that the divorce is obviously a clean one and not no drama. But sometimes those things get messy. What was that movie? Marriage Story.
Yeah.
With Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Remember how they wanted to be cordial in the beginning, and then them lawyers got in the way, and all of a sudden, he shouting at her in the living room, and they was going back and forth.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be like that, man. But, yeah, I'm excited for. Well, hopefully these individuals come out. I really am excited for shows. So you think 2022 we back to shows, concerts?
Absolutely. They about to run that vaccine through everybody.
Oh yeah, that's part of that relief bill.
What?
Like $20 billion of that relief bill is towards like vaccine. I guess you would say support for like, you know, I think right now the issue is just the distribution, the supply. You know, having enough supply. I think. Yeah, they gonna get it in you one way or the other.
Out of 1.9 billion, a trillion. How do you feel about us only getting 9% of the bill? What's like? I am curious what the 91% of it is going to.
Well, I will say this. I didn't anticipate 9% is about probably what I would guess from the government. I personally would anticipate. I think. I mean, we're already talking about. I mean, go back to the first stimulus. What was it, 1,200? Mm-hmm. So you already have the sentiment of like, what is 1,200 going to do for me? What is 1,200 going to be? And what was that? 300 million, or it was $100 million of that.
Yeah.
Of that, you know, that package. So even though they've increased the bill, I think some of it is going towards small business relief. Some of it's going towards. We talked about the vaccine. I guess whatever plans they have to distribute the vaccine.
Yeah.
And you know, I think. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about it was a Ohio? I don't want to say a senator, but he was basically saying that a person should, in order for a person to receive the stimulus, they have to take the vaccine.
Fuck that.
But that would be in his eyes. That would be the biggest incentive to get it. Since you niggas don't want to just cooperate, we gonna hold you little. We're gonna hold your little coin until you decide to play ball.
Then that will work if they increase the amount. Because if you got people, I mean, are people gonna take 1,400? I mean, yeah, but if you're gonna do that, at least be like, all right, we'll give you the original amount that we proposed, which was what, 22 or something?
24.
24. Okay, so yeah, you say, okay, we'll give you your 2,400. Go take the vaccine. I mean, that's it's still wrong, but I mean, it's easier to swallow.
Yeah, it's
versus, oh yeah, we reduce your stimulus. Now y'all fighting the vaccine. So if you want anything, go get the shot. Like,
yeah, there was a portion of the bill I just read here. There was a portion of the bill that was pertaining to raising the minimum wage, but they're kind of saying that that's probably gonna get shot down by the time it gets to the Senate. So I mean, it's I don't know, man. I think part of this is because I think they're also continuing like the unemployment as well. Like the weekly unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I don't know, man. It's people are. You gave him to February. I mean, you gave him to the end of February. Is
I told you, I called it.
Well, he close. He ain't got to his desk yet. So but yeah, man.
Hope it hit while I'm in Africa. That'd be lit. Even though I ain't gonna use ATM out there because them fees gonna be stupid.
They have I mean, they have like the currency exchange or whatever.
Yeah, but they're gonna charge me a fee for that. But I'm flying there with money too, so.
That's what I was gonna say, because they have one in Linux, a little currency.
Nah, I'm taking. Apparently, our dollars are better to carry over there.
Oh, right.
They're more accepted.
Oh, really?
Because you don't want to convert $1,500 and then you don't even spend $1,500.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I got it. Yeah.
I'd rather just go there with our money and whatever.
Yeah. Let's see. What else going on in the world? Do you want to get into WandaVision? Do you want to hold off on that?
Hold off on that. Let's talk about Meek.
Oh, all right. So Meek Mill, at this current, let's back up. So Meek Mill, there was a snippet that came out, and he had a bar that made reference to Kobe Bryant, and a lot of people who heard the clip, who heard the bar, excuse me. Did you happen to hear the bar? Or did you just?
Yeah, I heard it.
A lot of people thought it was insensitive, thought it was out of bounds, including, of course, eventually it got to Vanessa Bryant, who addressed him on social media, basically saying, "Yo, I don't know who you are. I mean, I know who you are, but I don't listen to your music. But I feel like you're better than this."
What a burn!
I feel like you're better than this. And I mean, from his ex-wife, from his widow, I would expect Vanessa.
I expected that.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't, taking her out of the equation. What did you think about the bar? I guess I'll leave it there. What did you think about the bar? What was your?
I kind of viewed it the same way I viewed the Gina Carano situation. It was just like, why? I wasn't even mad at me. Like, was the bar tasteless? Absolutely. It was. I thought it was tasteless. It was tasteless, and it was unnecessary. And the bar wasn't even that good. And I think that was like the thing. I'm like, did you have to say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to say it. I wasn't mad. It was just like, I didn't get why. And I feel like that's I kind of think that's where everybody is with Meek. And I feel like that's a dangerous place to be.
I agree. I think that like you said, what for what? Even like when you like the thought process, like that whoever put that snippet out, they put that particular line in this from the song because I think it's obviously a longer song,
right?
But you put that bar out for what? You must have thought it must have been fire because you basically was like,
I gotta say it.
Yeah, I gotta talk to him
because it's not like Meek's a dumb guy, so when you write something like that, you gotta know. You gotta know, and
you gotta kind of know. You gotta kind of know how it's a people are. I know a lot of people are making reference to, hey man, this is rap. People say offensive shit all the time. If you want to go to the whole thing with Chicago rappers talking about dead people in these songs, that's all par for the course. But I think it's fucked up too. Mm-hmm. For the record, I think that making that argument to me
that's no better.
It's not exactly. It's way worse actually. But you can say the bar should have been better. I just think Meek just every once in a while he's due for stupid shit. I told you off mic. Let's go back a couple months to the whole thing he was in Atlanta with the boys selling the water.
Yeah.
Right. So what could have been which could have been a situation that no one even had to know about. Right. Mm-hmm. He gives the kid $20 for the water and tells him to keep the water. Cool gesture, except he got his phone out, recording the shit, thinking he's like his. See, that's what I'm saying. Like this, the theme of Meek doing things, thinking like I'm doing some shit. Yeah, and it just falls flat. So whatever his perception of I'm doing it is, somebody needs to help him adjust that.
And why does Meek think he's an activist? I never understood where he got this idea.
Because
it's not like he's done anything really.
Because he went through his situation, and see, and the problem is we are in this space to where using your platform, right? And sometimes it's okay to just be a rapper. It's okay to just be an athlete. Mm-hmm. I would prefer somebody who says, not in his specific situation, but I would prefer someone who says, hey, in the political space, that's not really my field of expertise. I'm more of this, I'm an actor, I deal with acting. I'm a basketball player, I deal with playing basketball. A lot of times we put microphones in these dudes' faces who don't really know information like that, and then they sound stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why do you have the microphone in their face? You know what I'm saying? They're not. It's not really. And this is like the balancing act between, quote unquote. No, I'm not telling nobody I'm not telling no one they can't speak about something. But what I'm saying is everyone doesn't necessarily want to, and I think Meek, maybe from some of the Jay-Z over his shoulder, maybe some of the influences that are around him, he may be trying to fill some shoes that he may not really necessarily be the best equipped for. Mm. So,
I think I don't know, and something that was bothering me. Everybody was like, "Well, Pooh Shiesty said something about Kobe, and none of you care." And I'm like, "Fam, Pooh Shiesty."
That's the other thing,
and it's such a terrible argument.
I just found out who Pooh Shiesty was like maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah,
like Meek Mill has been around for over a decade, so that's Apple. See, like we do this thing where it's like this whole we make comparisons that aren't, number one, it's a false comparison. And number two, let's hear the bar. Maybe the bar is offensive. If people hear it and they say, "Oh, this is fucked up too," like because that's the thing. People say, "Oh, Pooh Shiesty is a household name." He's not.
Yeah, so he's not.
And to me, what that does is it's like a deflection. Like Meek is someone. So let's just go with that. Pooh Shiesty, I don't know how old he is. I'm gonna assume. Let's just go with the premise that Pooh Shiesty said what he says something about Kobe. He just got in the game. Maybe he don't know the whole. You kind of know how to conduct yourself when you're doing stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Meek has been around. Meek has been an artist for over a decade.
Well, yeah.
His tenure is different. There is certain politics that he should know from his tenure as an artist.
I agree there.
So it's like it's not even the same. It's not the same thing. You know what I mean? So I would say if Pooh Shiesty says something, I just found out who dude was. No disrespect to him, because his name been buzzing everywhere right now.
Yeah.
So that's good, but I don't even know what bar to even reference that he said. And if he said something that was out of bounds, then I would say that too. It's just that Meek Mill is Meek Mill, so it would be like somebody saying, "Yo, if LeBron says something, he's LeBron James," and someone says, "Oh, well, Aaron Gordon says something," like, "Yeah, Aaron Gordon's cool, but he's not LeBron."
Right.
He's not no one's really gonna care about Aaron Gordon saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's apples and oranges. But so let's go back to Meek Mill. He said he apologized to Vanessa,
even though his initial response was really dumb. I'm back on my savage shit. Fuck your feelings.
So that's the other thing.
I didn't get it. It was like almost like this was like the most unnecessary loss you had to take.
So this is what I'm saying. Like I see Meek getting older, but I don't see him maturing.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just a simple fact of you should know better. Like you've been around for a long time, and like I said, he keeps finding himself in situations. I mean, hell, look at him and 6ix9ine going back and forth. What else? Well, I mean, I can give you a list. Him and DJ Academics going at it on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
For what? Like, this is just stuff that he should be above. And if you gotta behave a certain way, then it's gonna be hard for people to take you seriously. When he actually does try to do something and make a difference, and try to do something that, you know, could be beneficial to other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think however he's moving, I think he just needs to re-examine it. He needs to re-examine it. You know, this whole thing with Tekashi, you just let that thing play out, right? Because right now, his baby mama's online now talking about how he's making stuff difficult for his daughter.
Yeah.
And to me, that's going to trump anything that a rapper could say. Because now you got a child and a mother who may feel unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
That'll bury him a lot worse than a diss or something like that. So just let Tekashi bury himself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even entertain that. So I think to kind of put a bow on this thing, for me, this is just another case of Meek he's playing checkers and not chess.
Nigga ain't playing anything.
He's playing games. He's playing Tetris, I guess.
Nigga playing.
He's playing himself because he's the only one looking stupid.
That nigga playing Sorry.
That's fine.
What's a bad game nobody likes? A bad board game.
What's a bad board game?
Yeah, there has to be a board game people don't like. I can't think. Damn.
Why would you mean they don't like it because what?
I don't know. You know, like just board games that everybody generally hates. Like general population can all agree that this board game's garbage.
I don't know. I can't say that because someone likes everything. Because you can't say Monopoly. You can't say Scrabble. You can't say internet down. You can't say we just said sorry. What other board game? Those are just a few off the top of my head. If it's a bad board game to me wouldn't even be popular because it wouldn't be good because no one likes it.
I don't know. Someone gonna hit me and I'm coming back to that Meek joke.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I hope you find it, but I hope you find it, Doc. But like I said, basically, like Vanessa said, Meek, you're better than that.
What a burn. How you tell somebody I know you're better than this?
I don't listen to your music, but I know you're better than this.
What a wild response.
Man. We'll get into we'll get into some more news involving Vanessa Bryant a little bit later. Her and Kyrie feel that Kobe should be the new logo, and we'll delve into that a little bit later. What else happened in the world? Meek is wilding.
Bobby Shmurda's out.
Bobby Shmurda's been released.
And on the same day, Daft Punk split up. So
a lot of shit happened. So yeah, Bobby Shmurda was released this week. Shout out to him. And I saw that he's been getting a lot of. What did you think about Quavo picking him up? I didn't know him and Quavo. I didn't know that they had a relationship like that.
I mean, I don't think it.
I'm not saying that they didn't. I didn't know. I
think a lot of people owe Quavo an apology because everybody thought he was trying to clout chase. People thought he was trying to clout chase, and then Bobby said himself, like, "Nah, he's really been here for me."
Well, I feel like if he was all right, so let's see. People don't think about it. If he was trying to clout chase, somebody would have stopped that move before it happened because basically. I heard that Quavo was going to pick him up before he was even released. Like a few days before he released, it was said Quavo was going to pick him up in a private jet. So that didn't get shut down.
Right.
And Bobby Shmurda has to also accept that offer. So I don't think that Bobby Shmurda would be like taking a private jet from someone he would feel as a clout chaser. So like I said, I think that people just, I don't know. Quavo doesn't really seem to he doesn't strike me as a clout chasing dude. He strikes me as like he makes music and he kind of minds his business.
Yeah, you don't really hear a lot about Quavo.
He's in love with Saweetie and he hoops from time to time because he did used to ball when he was younger, but you don't see Quavo really involved in
anything. I mean, like he be hanging out, but
yeah,
you always see him hanging out.
Yeah, but he's like, he comes off to me as like just a chill dude. So it wouldn't surprise me that and of course. Back when Bobby Shmurda was out, Migos were obviously...
They were popping at the same time.
Yeah, so it's not that far-fetched to me that they would have a relationship. It's just that we never really got to see it in the public space because of what happened to Bobby Shmurda.
Right.
So that's really it to me. So people take stuff and they try to make everything negative. When you just got to think about it. You just know, like... Quavo, it's like saying LeBron James chasing clout. He's already LeBron James. What there's no clout. Like he's already Quavo. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he's a punching bag, but if Bow Wow was to say he was picking up Bobby Shmurda, then I could say okay.
Then you can say that.
Yeah. But he's home. I saw a clip of him refusing to drink in the club, which I thought was pretty dope because he's basically saying, "Look, man, I'm just got out. I ain't trying to get caught up in no mess." And I think he'll be dropping some music soon. I imagine once he kind of gets settled and sees his family and stuff like that. You said Daft Punk split up.
Yeah, man. Congratulations to them though, for real. They had a long career, changed music. I mean, that's a big deal, man. So, congrats to Daft Punk. Y'all well-deserved time off. Go live your life. Go do something. Go play golf.
Show your faces. No, I was kidding. No, man. I mean, like you said,
big.
they've contributed a lot. I didn't realize they broke up.
Yeah, they did it through a YouTube video. They dropped like a random YouTube video that nobody saw coming.
Hold on. So you saw the video?
Mm-hmm.
They were both in it?
Mm-hmm.
And they both kind of announced that it's like a mutual.
What they did was they had one person, like, he set a switch off and they had him walk into the sunset. And then he exploded. And then the other one walked off into the sunset, but he just walked. And, of course, they made like a little special mix for it. And then at the end of it, it said Daft Punk. Because people thought it was an album drop. And then it said 1993 through 2020. And everybody's like, oh, shit. They broke up. And
did they break? All right, so maybe I'm missing this. So did it say they broke up, or is it more like they retired? Or like they
were both, basically. Because, it's two of them.
Yeah,
you're saying, no. Yeah, they retired.
Yeah, okay.
They retired.
So okay, because I guess that's how I would interpret it. Like, yo, we're not making no more music no more.
Yeah, they retired.
So, yeah. Well, that's bittersweet. I mean, I think it's like you said, they've had a long career, and that's to be commended for sure. And it still is a little bit upsetting that they are going to be no longer making music, at least for the time being. You never know, they can
come back from Kanye.
They can reconnect. Yeah, so while we have them splitting up, there's news of a group or a duo that has formed, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. I forgot what they call their name, but they're gonna be teaming up. I think they're gonna be dropping an album this year as well.
It comes out next week.
Oh well, next week. Yeah, Silk Sonic. That's the name of the group. So
that shit about to be crazy. That album about to be crazy.
Yeah. So
I wonder who set that up. Whoever set that up deserves a lot of money.
I feel like maybe they just had I feel like maybe they did. I feel like maybe just from afar, they've been kind of just talking to each other about the idea of well, because it's one thing to say, hey, yo, let's collab and make music, but to like do like a form of group,
yeah,
that's pretty.
And to form the group and then announce the album is coming out the week after.
Yeah,
better than Travis Scott and Kid Cudi, what they did. Well, we're the Scots.
The Scots.
And haven't heard shit since.
Nope. You got a nigga who's trying to make a new sound. You got, Man on the Moon 3, but it wasn't the Scots. But, yeah, man, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm a fan of both. More so Anderson .Paak, to be honest, but I'm a fan of both, so I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what they put out for sure.
But yeah, I think they about to kill it, bro. That album's gonna do pretty well. Bruno Mars, I think Bruno Mars made so much money off of 24 Karat Magic. He's just like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Especially the tour. I think he had like one of the highest grossing tours of all time.
I mean, sounds right. Sounds about right.
So I think that's how you end up with the Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak album. Because I guarantee you, Bruno Mars probably been wanting to work with him for a while.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Because Anderson .Paak is pretty well known, but Bruno Mars' star power is like.
Well, Bruno Mars is well known. Not pretty well, yeah. But Anderson .Paak is on a lesser scale. Even though he's a tremendous talent, I don't think he's nearly as popular as Bruno. And that's not a knock to him. That's just more so speaks to where Bruno's at in the mainstream space.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so I think that'll be good to hear.
Bro, these internet never works for me, man.
Dang, man. Shit crazy. Let's see what else we got going on. Lady Gaga has had her dogs recovered.
Oh, man.
And also her.
Did they catch the guys? Did she actually pay it out?
I just saw the dogs were recovered. I didn't see if there was a payout or not.
She paid that shit out.
Possibly. But a few days ago, her assistant was walking her dogs, and the assistant was attacked and shot, and the dogs were taken. Thank goodness they weren't harmed.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Gaga made a post basically offering $500,000 for the safe and sound return of her two animals.
That's a lot of money.
But no money towards the person who shot her assistant.
Yeah, I was wondering. Like, she didn't say anything about that.
Fuck him. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure she probably took care of that privately, though.
Yeah, I'm being facetious, but fortunately, the assistant is okay, and they're recovering. And like I said, the dogs have since been recovered. $500,000, bro. I know we talking about celebrities and rich people, so it sounds far fetched, but when you talk about rich people, especially ones who wear like meat dresses, then
yeah, you think they definitely asked for more. They had to. You'd be crazy not to ask for more.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying it was justified. I'm just saying.
No, I understand.
If you would just accepted $500,000, you're a bad. You shouldn't be committing the crime.
Hey, imagine how much staking out you'd have to do to figure out whose dogs those were.
And you know they put in work. Because this happened in Cali, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, in order to, people don't just shoot dog walkers, man. So, they had to know,
Well, I mean,
something.
that's what it sounds like a clear mission. You know, disable the assistant and take the dogs. You know, I feel like they probably shot the assistant not intending to kill him. And unfortunately, it worked out.
Yeah.
Because he still could have died, but
definitely still could have died.
Fortunately, it worked out. So, nothing else to add to that.
Rest. I'm glad the assistant's alive, and I'm glad she got her dogs back.
$500K. Them dogs don't even look that good. But
I know, man. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, you want to recover these motherfuckers.
People. I mean, look, man, people love their dogs, and especially white folks.
White rich folks.
Rich white folks. That's why she probably got a text message that said, "Yo, I've been shot, and they took the dogs. The dogs. The dogs. Yo, I'm bleeding out. But where are the dogs?" So, yeah, man. What else? We talked about the relief bill briefly. Any comments on Joe Biden bombing Syria?
I didn't expect that, especially over something normally when bombing happened, it was something major. But I found out they hurt someone, and they didn't even kill the guy. That man, it was one person. And cause I know when Trump did it, when he bombed them, that was because they actually had hit a base or something. These dudes just harmed one person, didn't even kill him. Biden said, "Nah,
on the wrong one.
Airstrike them now."
Yo, Joe, they did it to me. Oh, I got you covered, boss.
And that's the thing. I was like, damn, this person must have been really close to Joe Biden.
So they got so that relief bill has got to cover them bombs. that costs money, but
give me your stimmy. If you want me to drop the bombs, give me the stimmy.
Shoot. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to add.
Me either. I thought it was kind of. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting though.
It is interesting.
I wonder. You think he was just trying to send a message that Joe because people had this interpretation that Joe Biden is super nice and soft. You think he did that just to say, I'm not the guy?
He could have did something else. I don't think that was necessary. I think a lot of I mean, there's been mixed reactions from it, even from his supporters. And I think you already got the whole thing with he's like, yo, the student debt. I don't know if I can help you guys with that. Now we getting here, so he's been in term. I mean, he's been in office for a little bit over a month now, and I know he's right now his main priority is trying to get the whole vaccine situation ironed out. And if you niggas got to go a few more weeks without lights and water and a job, then so be it. But we'll see, man. We'll see what unfolds, and what do we got next? Do we want to get into WandaVision now?
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
All right. So, episode 8, WandaVision, in a very, very Marvel fashion. This was, for me, it's one of the better episodes of the season, in my opinion. I didn't think I would like it until I saw where they were going with it.
It was a pretty good episode.
Then I really liked it. So, listeners, possible spoilers at this point. So if you do not want to hear what happened because you haven't watched it yet, we're letting you know right now. This is a spoiler alert. Check the timestamp where the next topic comes up, and we'll be past it by then. So let's get into it, man. I like the episode. What did you think about the episode?
I loved it. I mean, because I think I loved it more because yesterday I had a conversation with Cedric and one of his friends. They were like, well, now that they reveal Agatha Harkness, there's nothing else to do with the show. It's stupid now. And then I think Marvel kind of thought that the hardcore fans were going to do that. And they're like, nah, we got more. Did you make it to the press credit scene?
With the White Vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I think it was a pretty good episode. It had a good emotional chorus to this episode. Like, they made this episode a little bit more emotional, and they definitely raised a lot of questions.
Yeah. So what I like is how they kind of used Wanda's past in the midst. Well, Agatha Harkness was trying to basically tap into how Wanda was able to create that reality in Westview. So she kind of sends her through these series of memories in her past to try to understand. And yeah, there's trauma that she's dealt with trauma most of her life, which, pardon me, has somewhat to do with her powers, but to that extent, that's kind of what Agatha's trying to figure out. So at this point, they made Agatha look like a villain.
I don't think she's a villain.
At this point, I can't say for sure what she's doing and the greater goal. So I do think that there's more to tap into here. One of the biggest things that I took away from it was the reveal of when they were children, and there was the bomb that had Stark Industries on it. They more or less revealed that the bomb wasn't defective, but she changed reality and stopped the bomb from going off.
Yeah.
Which indicated that she had her abilities before she got to Hydra.
And she knew it.
Right. So that was the biggest thing for me because my opinion, again, everyone who watched the show, they're going to YouTube and listening to everyone's theories anyway. So I thought about the mutant route from that. Because, again, she already had her powers. And then the Mind Stone ultimately...
I was about to ask you about that.
Oh,
what do you think about the scene where she was with Hydra? And remember, she split up the Mind Stone, and then she saw her wearing the Scarlet Witch outfit. Mm-hmm. What'd you think about that? Because at the end of the episode, they revealed Harkness was like, "You're a Scarlet Witch." Because I thought she was going to say, "You're a Nexus being." That's what I was expecting her to say.
Well, I thought it was probably. I thought the Mind Stone was more like. I thought the Mind Stone, what it did was it. I guess not to say amplified her powers, but the Mind Stone, I think, was a kind of a fast track. You remember, in the Matrix, when Keanu Reeves' character or Neo was saying, "Yo, I can learn kung fu," and they plugged him into the shit, and 5 seconds later, he knew how to fly a helicopter. He could do kung fu. That's like the Mind Stone. What it did for Wanda. It basically just kind of accelerated the learning process of her powers and allowed her to be able to kind of do stuff. So the Scarlet Witch kind of silhouette, if you will, to me is like the culmination of what she's going to ultimately become.
I think this episode was used to give her an identity, to be honest. Well, I told you that. I said I think this episode was they're finally giving her an identity.
Right.
Because like I told you, we knew she was Scarlet Witch, but they always had her as Wanda Maximoff. Even in the episode, Agatha Harkness was like, "What's up with your accent?" You remember she said that?
Yeah.
It was just little things like that. So now they're like, "Okay, this is who she is." And what I'm more interested in is, after all this, how is this about to tie into Spider-Man? That's what I want to know, which I think we'll find out on the last episode.
Well, I have questions about how it's going to tie into Doctor Strange, honestly, because my former opinion was that Wanda was going to continue to unravel in her grief and ultimately become evil, and Doctor Strange would be like, "Yo, I I got her. She out of pocket. So what this did, what it also did is it kind of it revealed that she didn't go in and like steal like his body or whatever. And it made Scarlet.
That was a big one. That was a big revelation.
It made Wanda look, like I said, it made Wanda look less like a villain. And the Sword dude, to me, I can't even say he's necessarily evil. I think he's trying to help people in Westview. You know what I mean? So it's just, who is there a villain? Is there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's what I'm starting to get. I'm like, is there really like anyone to blame at this point?
Right.
And maybe that's the point of the show.
So yeah, so that's kind of what I got from it. The next episode, I believe, is going to be the season finale.
Yeah, it is. Well, I don't think they're going to do this again.
Series finale, I guess we're going to call it that. So there was a scene prior to that, the mid-credit scene prior to this episode, where Monica Rambeau was going to the basement, and she was approached by the Quicksilver, if you will. He said Snooper's going to snoop.
Yeah.
And they never came back to this last episode at all. So I want to see what happens in that realm.
You know what I think that was a setup for the last episode.
I do too. So I'm looking. I mean, it's the last episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing. Because I mean, you got to know with Marvel, they didn't put all their cards on the table, so you got to know this last episode is gonna wrap some stuff up, and then also bring about more questions.
Deep. There's like, isn't there movies releasing before Spider-Man 2? Isn't there like 2 movies dropping before the new Spider-Man? I could be wrong.
Black Widow.
Is the Immortals dropping? I mean, what's it called? Eternals.
Off the top of my head, I don't know if it's coming out before Spider-Man.
And I keep trying to get this internet. Fuck it.
But so you thinking that this is gonna tie into Spider-Man's?
No, they already said it is.
Okay. So.
Eternals is dropping this year. So Eternals, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and the new Venom. So what I'm thinking is, while this show is going to tie into Spider-Man, I think they're going to tie it to Spider-Man through the shows, through the movies. I think, because there's too much stuff dropping before Spider-Man. So I'm like, how is this show even related to this?
Okay. So
yeah, it's the Hawkeye show coming out late 21. You didn't know Hawkeye show gonna be good?
Is it gonna be him, or is it gonna be his daughter? Or
I think it's him. Yeah, it's him.
I can't say. To be honest, I can't say in the ranking order of stuff I'm excited for. I can't say that Hawkeye is high on my list, but they certainly have a chance to wow me.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of stuff coming out before that Spider-Man movie. So that's why I'm curious to see.
But you know what that's what makes Marvel good. Marvel can take a character that you may not care about, but you know that he might be tied into some other shit that you do care about. So you're gonna want to take a look. You're gonna want to watch to see. Okay, how does he? Because it's never just the character. It's never just Hawkeye.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Hawkeye, maybe tied to something with S.H.I.E.L.D. or you know, you never know. So,
do you think Sword is evil?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
No. So, because they have this, they have their different acronyms. They have SWORD, they have S.H.I.E.L.D., they have AIM. Well, no, is AIM Hydra?
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm tripping. They
have SWORD, they have S.H.I.E.L.D., and they have other acronyms, but it's supposedly supposed to be good. So, I don't think it's evil. That's what I say. I don't think Buddy's the dude. I don't think he's an evil dude. I just think he's he's kind of like where Nick Fury's kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just kind of like in that same type of that stereotype.
Like he's the new Nick Fury.
Or he's just a prick. He just kind of he does his job and he don't really give a shit about stepping on toes. So,
do you think? I know you say they might have already did the reveal, but if they had to do the reveal for the Luke Skywalker like cameo, who do you think it is?
Luke Skywalker like cameo. I mean, I'm gonna say either Spider-Man or Doctor Strange.
What if it was one of the Eternals? What if it's like really just somebody we're just not guessing?
I mean, that would be right. I mean, that would be not right, but that would be, Marvel being Marvel. They can hit you with an angle that you're not really thinking about. So that's the beauty of them having everything planned out, is that you don't know what direction they can try to push it in. So
I think Marvel about to have a really successful phase 4.
They just do stupid shit like fuck around and bring Killmonger back or something.
Killmonger. I think that'll piss everybody off.
Like, what the fuck?
That will piss everybody off.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Marvel about to kill us, man. I really think they're at a point now where they're just doing whatever they want, and I'm loving it. I'm glad the Infinity Saga's over, even though they're about to bring the Infinity Stones back. But whatever. All that energy went somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's never really over. So it's just a matter of finding out what's the next stage and the next chapter of events. And I've changed my stance on Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm pretty excited to.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to watch it. I was apprehensive at first because the trailers to me were, and this is Marvel in my estimation, kind of sometimes gets too jokey, but I think that banter is probably gonna work for them because it worked for them on screen during like Civil War and other films and stuff like that. So I think they're still going to have that banter, but it's going to still be a good story and a good series, I think.
What do you I wonder what they're going to do with Loki. Well, apparently Loki takes place when he picked up the Tesseract and walked off.
Yeah, Loki doesn't come out until like June, I think.
That's June 11th, I think.
Yeah.
That's after the Winter Soldier. Oh, it's after Black Widow.
Yeah,
it's about time we're getting that Black Widow movie, man.
Yeah, I really hope it's good.
That's my biggest concern. I'm like, what if it sucks?
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's like gonna tie in to anything, like, because originally it's supposed to come out by himself, but now it's behind stuff, and I'm like, I wonder if they tweaked anything in the movie to make it tie in.
You never know. I mean, they could have reshot some stuff and try to make that work. But I honestly don't know. I feel like they're probably just going to leave it alone. So.
What do you think? We don't have to keep talking about Marvel because there is something that happened that I want to get your opinion
on. What do you think? What?
Michael B. Jordan, Black Superman. Did you hear about that?
I thought he was playing.
Apparently there's another Superman that's already black.
I thought he was playing Val Zod, who's supposed to be already a black Superman.
But they got rid of Henry Cavill. That's the thing. And apparently James Gunn's Suicide Squad is a part of a soft reboot of everything. So, and James Gunn kind of confirmed that they got rid of Henry Cavill. And then Michael B. Jordan might be the Superman. So it's like, do you think they're trying? I think if it turns out he's playing a different Superman, people are cool. But if it turns out they're trying to replace him as Superman, it's gonna fit. I'm tired of it.
First of all, they ain't even got white Superman right.
Yeah.
So if you got Val Zod or black Superman and he still ain't right, it ain't gonna matter. I like Henry Cavill. The problem is they use the Henry Cavill that I saw in interviews was more of what I thought Superman would be than Superman in the movies. Like if you hear him in interviews, like he's like the nicest dude. He's very charismatic. He's very charming. And they even asked him a question, right? They asked him a question about what do you think about people who are super critical of films? He could have been like, oh, they're just some punks. He's like, no, they're but you gotta understand these people grew up reading these comics. They're very passionate about, like, it's just a very like Superman-ish answer.
And he looks like a Superman.
That's what I'm saying. Just
like his face is like, when I think of Superman, honestly, I don't think of another face.
I mean, his face, his stature. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he just, his day-to-day life, he's got, to me, the qualities of Superman / Clark Kent, but it just they just made him, that Man of Steel and everything was just so dark.
Yeah.
They even made his dad dark. Like, hey man, sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. I was like, yo, Joe, his dad don't even do that. But listen, man, and aside from it being a black Superman, I know they're trying to. There's just something going on where they're trying to champion. I think, in my opinion, they're trying to champion Michael B. Jordan into something. They tried Human Torch. They made him, and that already fell flat. They made Human Torch black.
Mm-hmm.
That movie wasn't any good. They put him in as Killmonger. Now they're gonna try this Superman thing.
They're just trying to find something for him.
They're gonna find a way to make him the guy. They're gonna keep working at it.
I wonder why though.
I do too. And to me, it's more about in Hollywood, especially in Hollywood, being a nice guy it just doesn't cut it. And he's a nice guy. I've always found him as an actor he's been like hit and miss, but like there's roles where you have to like really emote, and with the exception of Fruitvale Station and like one scene in Creed 2, I can't really say that I've seen him. That's why I say Lori got to do him dirty. She got to do him dirty and really fuck his heart up. She got to tell you, she got to fuck his heart up, make him turn cold. He gonna play a movie as the serial killer. He'll get an Oscar for that shit. Cause now he'll have the tools he needs to get to that next level.
I do think that's what I think he needs a role where he's like, see, Killmonger was a villain, but they made him an understandable villain. He needs like a Joker. He needs like that Heath Ledger Joker role.
He just needs some. He needs a DUI or something. He just needs something. He needs some dirt on his name.
I agree. I agree there.
He needs something, man. Like just something where, like I said, it's like
catch him smoking weed in
something
state.
Like
in a state where it's illegal.
Yo, like Michael B. Jordan was arrested for 10 pounds of coke in his trunk. Like, oh shit, Michael did that. Like, man, I thought you was done with The Wire. I thought they killed you, boy. But, we had a group chat about. I asked like top 5 black actors under 40.
Mm-hmm.
And the first name a nigga said was Michael B. Jordan. I was just like,
well, he's the most famous in Common.
He is the most famous, but I wouldn't say, in my estimation, I think Daniel Kaluuya is better than him.
Lakeith
has more range. I'll give you Lakeith. I would also say John Boyega, even though his sample size is a little limited. And I would put him maybe at like fourth or fifth, Michael B. Jordan. Hell, I mean, granted, again, small sample size, but Damson Idris, who plays Franklin in Snowfall.
Yeah.
I put him, fourth, and then Michael B. Jordan kind of rounds that out as my opinion. But, but going back to your original question about him being Superman, it just, to me, where they're messing up, where DC, Marvel, where all these people are messing up, It's very, very simple. There are established black characters that are already in DC.
That's my issue. I don't get it.
Just pick one of them.
Pick one.
Just pick one.
I would have been happy if they said Michael B. Jordan might be Static Shock. I would have been like, fine. I'll accept that.
Fine. We'll let it cook. Or Blue Marvel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or John Stewart Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, we have people who are there that are available to be done. There's a character in Marvel who's similar to Doctor Strange, Brother Voodoo. I think that's a character that they could really, if they really got him out.
That's what they need to get Michael B. Jordan.
Maybe not him.
There.
Maybe not him, but just.
I mean,
that character. But I get what you're saying. Like, you know what I'm saying. But just something where it's even if you say, let's keep it a buck. Even if you say Val Zod is an original character, he's a clone. He's a character of a clone of Superman. It's like War Machine. War Machine is basically
Iron Man
Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got the Whopper.
Let's keep it a buck.
Then you got the Whopper Jr.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's keep it a buck. Who's the nigga? Lucius Fox's son. He was Batwing, but he's still Batman, the offspring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's. I think we have original characters that they need to. I mean, hell, they can go back and try to maybe do a Storm reboot. Do a solo live action film about Storm. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder why they never did that.
Because they're stupid. They think that we want to be black versions of the popular white people.
It's like, and when I read the Michael B. Jordan, that's how I felt when I was like when they announced the Little Mermaid is black. I'm like, why?
This is what I'm saying. Like, this is the problem that I think we're having, is that we think diversity is slapping melanin on a character that is already established, and we try to talk ourselves out of it by saying, "Oh, well, it's a fucking mermaid. What's the big deal?" Well, this mermaid already has her story. She's already had an established character,
right.
And is lazy as shit.
Right.
It takes time to create a character, flesh them out, give them a story, you know, and that would actually serve you better, because you create an original character with black writers who can actually help you flesh out a more authentic story about the character. So if you want to hire black animators, you get a chance to do that. You know, so it just makes it a lot more authentic. And at the end of the day, let the chips fall where they may. And then it's just in terms of, okay, if the character's good, they're good. If they're not, they're not. But they're original. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You make it look like you're basically just doing diversity for profit when you go to a Little Mermaid or a Superman and say, oh, we'll use the black version of Superman. But does the common audience know that exists?
Right.
No. You feel what I'm saying? So, lazy.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of tired of this pandering shit. It's pretty annoying.
No disrespect to Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, no.
You're nice. You seem like a nice brother, man. He does. That's what I said. He seems like a nice guy. I just feel like I feel like he should be, not should be, but I would think that he would be
offended. You should be
sharp enough to kind of know. Yeah, man.
Like, you don't accept that shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
You be like, you go through the comics and you find a character you want to play, and you be like, give me that guy.
Yeah, and I'll give him props, because he does have his production company that he has, Outlier Society, I think is the name of it, where he's basically, you know, trying to introduce and more stories that are more authentic, and I think that's going to continue to work for him. I think he's going to be directing as well soon. I think he's directing. I don't want to say. I'll just say it, and if I'm wrong, Google it. But I think he said he wants to direct Creed 3.
I don't even know what the Creed 3 could be about at this
Me
point.
neither.
So.
You already beat the nigga. You beat the nigga that killed your daddy. You beat the nigga's son who killed your daddy. So I mean,
and that's the issue. Like, do something original, man. Like y'all wrapped up the Creed story. Y'all wrapped up the whole Rocky saga. You wrapped up the Creed saga. Leave it.
You know, the problem that I think we're having in society or entertainment is that people are claiming to be these great creatives, but all we're seeing are either book adaptations, comic book adaptations, reboots. Basically, just all. It's like sampling with music. I mean, it's like basically like sampling with music. We love samples because hey, you could flip a sample, you could chop a sample, do whatever. But at the end of the day, someone else created the original. So while hey, it may be a cool reboot of a character or a cool iteration of a character, you know, it would be such a great thing to just bet on yourself. Say, hey, I have an idea for this original character. This is the original story. Pardon me, and let the chips fall where they may. So. Yeah, it ain't happening, Doc.
I know.
The internet ain't.
I know. But I gotta try one more
You just
time.
got that Google page up like 10 minutes. You've been at it for 30 minutes just to get that home screen, Doc. It ain't working for you, G. So, yeah, man. Real quick, I know you say you haven't watched the show, but Snowfall is back after a long hiatus. Hulu released the first 2 episodes of season 4, and because it is a fairly new show, I mean, even though I said spoilers for Black Widow, I'm not gonna spoil Snowfall, because I just don't want to. Whatever.
I mean, what is it like? They're
doing weekly releases.
Oh, so their season started up. Okay.
Yep. So they did drop episodes 1 and 2 Wednesday. The 24th, and things are not what they were. I'll say it like that. So basically, Franklin, if you watch the previous seasons, you know what happened to Franklin. You know his situation. You know why he's limping around now. But he's trying to get things back to how they were, and he's having a little bit of a challenge with that. They've kind of entered into the whole time period of gang wars, which is obviously not good for business. He's trying to mend that, rectify that. It's not really going his way. Because he's been off the street for a while, because he's been recovering, he has some relationships that have been strained, and he's trying to figure it out the best way he knows how, and it's not working that well. Meanwhile, I think Reed and I can't remember a buddy's name, the big wrestler dude, they're trying to do business across the border, and they're having some issues with their former man being no longer in the business. So they got to deal with a new guy now who's not the old guy, who basically is trying to extort them out of more money if they want to continue to do in business. So they're trying to deal with that. But I thought the first 2 episodes were really good, and I'm just happy the show is back. And I saw a meme. I saw a meme that asked who's a better hustler or something like that, Franklin or Tariq. Stop it. Stop it. All right. Tariq is the beneficiary of his rich daddy who did all the hard work. Franklin got it out the mud. Enough. That's it.
Relax.
Franklin got it out the mud. That's it. So
Meek Mill is playing Snakes and Ladders.
Meek.
Remember I said I'm gonna find a bad board game he was playing.
So that's what you be trying to get on the internet for the past 30 minutes?
He's playing Snakes and Ladders.
Why is tic-tac-toe the worst game?
I don't know.
Bingo? What's wrong with these niggas? What's wrong with these? Yo, get that shit out of here.
Bingo lit.
Maybe Operation. I can see.
I can see Operation.
What is LCR?
I don't know. I don't know why they put bingo and tic-tac-toe. The Snakes and Ladders I could definitely see though.
You must be. Bingo's, man, you a whole ass nigga. You talking about bingo's the worst game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about board games that there's a list that has, well, it's on a Reddit page that goes, we'll take that with a grain of salt. But they have ranked some of the worst board games, and technically tic-tac-toe's not even a board game. You just take a piece of paper and just.
When I saw that, I was like, "Is that it?" I feel like you just lost a bunch of tic-tac-toe games.
Yeah,
like,
you just.
I'm trash.
You're just not that good at it.
Yeah, you trash. That's all it is.
And bingo, you just look. You didn't buy enough. You didn't buy enough games. You can't just play one bingo. You gotta buy multiple cards.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the bingo halls. They be having 6-9 cards laid out.
Yeah. You need help playing bingo.
We almost went to when we was in Vegas. We almost went to a bingo hall. I was like, I ain't trying to get cussed out by no old person. I ain't trying
That shit probably would have been lit.
Probably. Get that nigga out of here. No, they don't play by that bingo. But yeah, so yeah, Meek's wildin'. All right, so let's move into some sports real quick. We do have some good news regarding Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is in good spirits after having surgery. He recently was involved in a car accident. It was a very, very serious matter in which he had to be. They had to use the jaws of life to get him out the car, and hearing that sounds pretty extreme, but he is in good spirits. He is recovering at this moment, so we definitely want to shout out Tiger Woods.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
because I was damn sure scared. I was like,
that was a scary story, man.
I was like, shit.
Say what you want about Tiger Woods, man. But he is. We talking about icons. He's one of the most iconic sports figures.
Just people in general.
That too.
Yeah.
I'm saying just in his sport. If we just got to finish talking about Kobe and his sport. I mean, Tiger.
Yeah.
Tiger's another.
Tiger.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people. When people talk about GOATs, they have GOAT conversation. He's up there for a lot of people, especially people who lean more towards single person sports.
Mm-hmm.
So we're glad that he's doing well. We hope he continues to improve and recover. And I wanted to ask you about some commentary that surfaced recently. Kyrie made a long comment about black culture black people basically built basketball. The short version is that Kobe should be the logo, should be the new logo. And Vanessa Bryant, again, I take her opinion with a grain of salt because, again, she's close to him. She agreed that Kobe should be the logo. Now, you and I kind of talked off mic, and we both kind of agreed, so I was going to leave it alone. But, this is Kobe Bryant we're talking about here. So, I did want to ask you, what are your thoughts on the idea of Kobe Bryant being the logo? Why shouldn't Kobe Bryant be the logo?
Because I guess I just don't see the point. It's like I never looked at it because I feel like the NBA logo is so synonymous, and it's something nobody ever thought about. Like, it's like I kind of agree with what you said before. You were like, "Well, y'all didn't make this case for Michael Jordan," and it's like, but it's a valid point, and it's like, I mean, you make him the logo, but y'all are just saying this right now because y'all are in your feelings, and I mean, as you should be, nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's more so, I think there are better ways to honor him, I guess, and I don't see anything wrong with the logo. Like, I can't, it's hard for me to put a lot of thought into this because I didn't think that this would even be an argument during my lifetime. And
well, what's fascinating. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll cut you off.
Go ahead, because I don't even know where I was going.
Well, what's fascinating to me is, see, while I agree with you, you say you don't care, and I'm not gonna say I don't care, but if they were to make Kobe the logo, I can't say that I would be mad at it.
I wouldn't be. Yeah,
I can't say that I would be mad at it because, again, I do agree that I do not think he should be the logo. But the argument that people are making, I can't really say I disagree with the argument. When you hear about Kobe Bryant, you hear the stories about how he basically spent hours upon hours working on his game and perfecting his game and perfecting his craft. To me, Kobe Bryant is kind of the poster child of what happens when someone who doesn't have someone who has a talent, but they're not like just like LeBron is just has God-given talent.
LeBron's just a natural
you know
freaking nature.
There's certain people who they just won the lottery in the gene pool, and there's just certain shit you can't teach that. Kobe, while he was tall, I think he worked hard at perfecting the skill of being a basketball player. as opposed to just relying on God-given talent.
Yeah.
So, he personifies what happens when you match hard work with talent. There's a lot of people who are talented but lazy. You see people in the NBA who you say, damn, they just worked a little bit harder. One of the people I look at all the time is Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, if he actually had worked on his game, I think you would be talking about him as one of the best, essentially one of the best players of this generation, but possibly one of the best centers of all time. Had he worked on his game, but because he didn't, and a few other things, he's possibly one of the most, even as a possible Hall of Famer, one of the most underachieving centers of all time. So, the other thing is too, you have the work ethic aside. You have what Kobe was doing, not just for men's basketball, but for women's basketball. He was a very big ambassador of, or big supporter. I'm not saying ambassador, big supporter of WNBA. Obviously his daughter, she played basketball as well. So I'm just highlighting those things to show why I think people say that Kobe should be it, because he does, like, when you think of the logo of the NBA, National Basketball Association, you want someone who basically represents that to the T, and it's hard to say that Kobe Bryant didn't live, eat, breathe, and shit basketball. You feel what I'm saying? That's true. So I get it, and like I said, I wouldn't be mad at it. Where I come off the boat is this type of decision making is coming from a very emotional place. That's
that's my point.
Listen. We talked about it. We've talked about it numerous times about how we felt when we heard about Kobe's passing. My brother, as a basketball person, my brother couldn't stand Kobe Bryant. He was shaken up when he heard the news about Kobe. So I think that goes without saying. Even people who quote unquote hated Kobe in his ilk or in his day, they came to respect him. Well, after he retired, number one, I think after he retired, that was one thing, and then, of course, when he passed away, that devastated everyone. And I think we're just trying to find, how do we show our gratitude for Kobe Bryant? I just think like you said, I think there's a different way you can go about doing that. I personally, the logo, it is what it is. I think I understand what they want to do. They want the representative, they want the person on that logo to be, indicative of the peak of basketball excellence, right? Mm-hmm. But my problem is it wasn't birthed from that. They basically, the dude just said, yo, I found this picture. It looked kind of swaggy. Jerry West said, yeah, go ahead, whatever.
Yeah, good.
And that was it. There wasn't that much more to it. Even like look at the baseball logo. It was some I don't even know the dude who's the logo there. It's, they don't really, they just pick something that kind of just
looks good.
Yeah, it looks nice. You kind of run with it. So, and and the other thing about Kobe is, if you use the fadeaway, that's Jordan's fadeaway. What Kobe moved? Like, the only thing I think you could use is Kobe used to do this one dunk where he would kind of like, it was a two-hand dunk as he was like kind of driving through the lane, and he just kind of like glided to the lane. Maybe that, I have to show you a video of what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but or there's a reverse dunk he did. I think you could possibly use, but aside of that, I Kyrie, as many other people, I think they're coming at this thing from an emotional place, and the other flaw with that premise is let's say you do change the logo to Kobe, a week later Kareem Abdul-Jabbar dies, or Magic Johnson dies. Magic Johnson, him and Larry Bird in part saved basketball. They saved the NBA.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're talking about somebody who possibly deserves it, there's like 6 or 7 people who deserve it, right? So that's why I say you just make it a random nigga. Just make it.
And I think that's the key. Make it a random
Just
person.
make it just some. Yeah, just make it just.
Just make it somebody random. Hell, maybe they shouldn't even told us who the NBA logo was.
They just take the person off of it. Just put a basketball or something. Just
Yeah.
because depending on what your stance is, there's about 6 or 7 people who deserve to be the logo. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
I want to get your opinion on something. Well, 2 things. I'm sorry. This doesn't deal with sports at all. They fired Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. I don't know if you heard about that.
Recently?
Yeah. Like in the last 3 hours.
Was it because of everything that happened with Johnny Depp?
I would imagine. That played some type of role in it.
Well, they should have bended it.
Yeah,
that's been out.
They should have been got her out.
Could have been out.
Also, Bryson Tiller dropped the deluxe version of Anniversary, and I wanted to know how you felt about that.
I actually did listen to that.
I didn't.
I liked a couple songs, but
no, not about how you felt. This is how you feel about the movie, boy. Because he dropped a Trap Soul Deluxe before Anniversary. And the Anniversary was only like 5 or like wasn't even that long, and now he dropped the deluxe version.
Well, let me put it like this. To be honest, because entertainment has leaned so far towards like I'm locked into what's on TV and the movies, and music is like a very small. I care. And I hate to say this, but I care very little about music right now. Not to the degree that I did when it was constantly coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So Bryson Tiller putting out a deluxe. I mean, whatever. I mean, I listened to it, I liked it, but as far as him doing it, I didn't feel anything. To me, it was just like, all right, this is honestly the whole deluxe thing. Anyways, like this is what niggas is doing. So
killing the game.
This is what they doing. So it's just now it's like you should like I feel like if an artist comes out, you should expect the deluxe within 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, basically.
So,
do you think Coming to America is gonna suck?
Do I think it's gonna suck? No. I do have an issue or a concern. All right. I don't think it's gonna suck. I have my expectations kind of moderate. I can't say I'm expecting much. Like I'm not the biggest fan of like reboots like that. I'm not. So like when they announced Bad Boys 3, I was like, all right. And when I watched it, it was what I expected it would be. So I wasn't disappointed, even though I thought it was a mediocre movie, but I kind of expected that. So I expect this movie to be mediocre. There'll be some laughs for sure because Eddie Murphy can get some laughs out of people. I think he's still that good. But you know, I'm expecting a movie that shouldn't have been made and shouldn't have been touched. And that's what I'm gonna get.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of in that boat with you.
So I don't want to say suck. I am gonna support it. Like I said, I fucks with Eddie Murphy. I think he's one of our legends, so I am gonna support it for sure. But I'm just thirsty for original stuff, man. I'm just thirsty for that with the chair. I was just thirsty.
I know, man.
For the audience, that was the chair.
Well,
they can't. Some of them can't see us, but yeah, man. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It comes out this week, doesn't it?
I don't
March
know.
the 5th or March the 12th.
I ain't gonna lie, that movie ain't on my anticipated list.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like, I hear about it on Facebook.
I see. I don't even do that because people add sauce to stuff. People told me, going back because we all over the place now. Fuck it. People told me Malcolm and Marie was so good.
Yeah,
that movie could have been it could have been a short film for half an hour, and I would have been like, see, I got what I got out of it. They took a point and they beat the shit out of it for an hour and 45 minutes.
What was the point? What was that movie in about?
Basically, Malcolm's character, John David Washington's character, he's a filmmaker, and Zendaya's his girlfriend. They come from this event. I believe his film has won some sort of award of some sort. And I guess because I saw the movie during the it starts from when they come home from the event. All right. So during that time, Zendaya brings up a topic that kind of just leads to this super long and drawn out argument about the film, about her, about him, and their relationship. But it's based off of of an event or something that happens at that event, which to me, real quick, because I'm not gonna stay on this shit, but that's where they could have made the movie good. They could have made the first hour of the movie about the event. Like, you're at the event, you see what's going on. There's subtle things that's happening, and her body language is reflecting that she's not cool with something. His body language is reflecting that he's not cool with something. And those things be like just subtle cues that they later hash out in an argument in the second half of the movie. That would have made it way better in my opinion. But instead, you get an hour and a half of arguing after you done been out at an event and drinking. I'm not arguing with my girl for 2 hours after I came home at what appears to be well after midnight. I'm going to say one thing and I'm going to sleep. Leave me the fuck alone. We'll talk about it tomorrow. It was way too long, man. It was way too long. The acting was okay, but and even like the dialogue is just, she has a long monologue, then he has one, then she has one. Oh, bitch, you thought I was done? No, I got one too. Nigga, you thought I was done? Then it's just like, all right, we get it. we get it. So, yeah.
I'm not watching that shit.
Watch like half an hour of it, and then you'll be like, I got you. I get it. So. Oh, that was the scene I was talking about with Bobby Shmurda. The girl offers him a drink.
Yeah. And he said he's on parole. He ain't doing it.
Yeah, she offers him a drink, and he was like, nah, I'm good.
Smart man.
I respect it. That's a problem too. Like. So all right. So there's twofold. He's out. I'm not gonna say he shouldn't be out because I mean, look, you've been locked up for 7 years. Go out. But why would you offer him a drink? Like alcohol. Like, why would you just say, hey, are you drinking? Ask him first before you just try to put alcohol in his hand.
I mean, it was probably just going along with the moment.
And I'm not. Well, yeah, I say that not as like I'm not like berating the girl. I'm just saying like, see, when you don't know, I guess when you're not familiar with the system, I guess you don't think about things like that. So,
and she's a bottle girl, so she probably really didn't, put that much thought with it.
She's doing her job probably. I'm going a little bit deeper into it, but I mean, no harm, no foul. I mean, she offered it to him. He did right. He said no, and she took it away. So it's all good.
Yeah. You think his first song gonna be hard? What if it sucks?
What if it sucks? Then it sucks. I don't know.
I'm just curious. I'm just wondering what the reaction is gonna be if it sucks.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be disappointing, but at the end of the day, you're free. So I think you should be looking at other avenues, honestly, as far as like what to do with your career. Because that's something you should consider. You have been out of music for quite a while, and I'm pretty sure, even though you've been sent material while you've been locked up, people may fuck with your first song because you home. This is what you got out. But if people don't fuck with it, then what you gonna do?
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
What else you got?
Nothing, man. Go to Africa, man.
Hey, man, it's time to go to the motherland.
Go to Africa, man. So, you're leaving Monday evening?
Yeah, I leave Monday evening.
Cool. Well,
packing for a trip this long is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you packed?
Yeah, I'm packed, but I mean, you still gotta do that last minute Oh.
Yeah. I get it. Well, you bringing an empty suitcase?
No. But we gotta take gifts to our family because it's like, I guess it's tradition with them or something. So I got 20% of the stuff I got ain't even mine. And so I'm imagining when I unload that suitcase, one of them might be almost empty.
Got it.
So,
Got it.
like, we gotta, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So, anyway, yeah. So I'm hoping once we clear that out, I can bring some clothes back with the souvenirs. Get my Starbucks mugs. I collect those Starbucks mugs. So
yeah, man, enjoy yourself, man. Have a good time. Definitely be safe, but enjoy. Take take pictures and document it, man. Document it. So we'll end on that note. We thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Pencil Pushers Project. If you are listening on Spotify or any other audio streaming platform, as well as YouTube viewing, we will have descriptions and timestamps in the, we'll have timestamps in the description, as well as the link to connect to us on social media. We'd appreciate if you could click that link and give us a follow. We also would appreciate if you're on YouTube, liking this video, commenting, subscribing, and hitting that bell for updates on new videos as they're uploaded. And anything else you want to say, brother, before we?
Don't blow them stimulus checks.
And stop panicking in crypto.
Yeah, y'all been panic selling. Not even just crypto. It's been stocks, everything. Y'all, it's been crazy.
Calm down.
I deleted the app. I stopped looking at it. I just said, fuck this.
Calm down. Calm down. If you don't want to lose it, don't invest it.
I'm gonna come back to stocks and crypto when I get back. But
this is not a
right now. It's
not a crypto podcast, but a simple rule of thumb is do not invest it if you cannot afford to lose it.
Essentially.
Also have a strategy. Don't emotionally invest.
Yeah, learn candlesticks and all that. So y'all don't be idiots.
Read up on the company as well that you're investing in. That also can help. And investing is not it's a long game. It's not you don't just jump into it and try to be a day trader out the gate. Learn to play the long game. And on that note, we hope you all have a great week. We thank you once again for listening to this episode of the Pencil Pushers Project. I am Jay.
I'm Zay.
And we are out of here.
Be safe.
Peace.